Na masandi hiyo mnajua imefika. Mnajua nani yako in the building. Daddy Matt right here with the Now Report right here on TV47. Mambo vipi? Hii wiki na haiendi, haisongi. Ni kama vanye jam, I think ina copy vanye jam kwa barabara hazisongi, lakini we si ninafurahi ati hiyo Africa Forum imeisha. Kwa sababu mabarabara watu hawakuwa kisonga, jam chungu mzima. Kuwe na mvua, kusiwe na mvua. Sasa ukiongeza mvua, watu kupanic. Jamani, nani atatufunza kudrive wakati rather kukua kwa barabara wakati kuna mvua? Anyway, let us start with the news for today. Kwa sababu leo mambo ni moto. Mambo imechemuka. Now, starting on a very good positive and raising the bar kind of moment. Books, mentorship na connections za kazi. Hiyo ndio package ambayo Law Society of Kenya imepeleka kwa students wa Southeastern Kenya University. LSK donated law books to the university and also held a mentorship session aimed at helping students navigate legal studies and future careers. Leading the outreach, Nairobi branch chairperson Eric Kivuva alisema partnerships ndio itasaidia students kupata exposure, opportunities na an easier transition kutoka class to courtroom.
Eastern Advocates Forum, they have been here to donate learning resources in terms of books to the School of Law, and we are hoping that this is a partnership that will be very beneficial to our students, especially when it comes to student internships, pupillage, and of course professional mentoring. So
I'm adopting the SECU School of Law as one of its long-term projects, so that we partner and ensure that in the near future we are producing well-equipped advocates for the market.
The books donated will be used by the student to rather shape our focus, transit from a theory from the class to more practical approach, knowledge, a diverse knowledge through the books.
All right, two men, Samson Joroge and Julius Wainaina, walipelekwa Mwingi Law Court after walibambwa na literally dead weight between maeneo ya Kanyonyo na Ngutani. Kenya ilikuwa nditni, ilikuwa 2,650 donkey hides stuffed into a trailer worth 21 million shillings. Yeah, that much. Kigonyi mwenyewe, Samson Joroge, alikubali mashtaka ya kubeba vitu illegal na kutokuwa na permits. Fine akapigwa moja, Murwa safi. Unajua alikuwa na goods za 21 million. Amepigwa fine ya 20,000 shillings. Yeah, ama 2 years jela. Julius mwenyewe apparently alikuwa tu ameomba lift. Koti kamsikiza na akaambiwa aende tu, na I hope akishatoka hapo hivyo, venye ametoka tu hapo hivyo, anaingia showroom mbio kukwachua senke ingine moto safi. Stories za lift achane nazo. Police wame release the trailer, na for the 2,650 donkeys, well, tuna hope zinatumika vizuri Sayuni.
Also considered the sentence imposed under Section 41 of the Hide, Skin and Leather Trade Rule Act. Count 1, he is sentenced to pay a fine of Kenya shillings 10,000. In default, to serve 12 months imprisonment. And count 2, 10,000. In default, to serve 12 months.
And in Kilifi County, well, they are turning the tide on HIV. And they are doing it with one very occasional poke kwa mkono. Inaitwa Lenacapavir. Na wewe kama mimi, kama hiyo pronunciation imeshinda, relax. Wengi bado wanaita ile injection ya 6 months. Well, forget the daily pill pressure. This new injection is for people who are HIV negative, and it lasts a full 6 months. That's just 2 shots a year to stay protected. Wengine ubadilisha baba mara mingi kuliko hiyo schedule. Kilifi sasa ndio ina lead rollout, with the program already active in 10 health centers across the county. Na maafisa wamesema wana target, na maafisa wanasema target ni kushuka na new infections numbers kutoka 20,000 to less than 1,000 by 2030. ambitious very, lakini hiyo ndio mchezo.
Leo tuko hapa ili kulaunch the long acting prevention for HIV ambayo inaitwa lenacapavir, na katika county tulianza mwezi wa 3, lakini leo ndio tunailaunch officially ili tuendelee na kupeana hizo huduma. Kwa sasa tuko kwa facilities, mojawapo ikiwa ni hapa kwenye tuko Muyeye, Malindi Hospital, Kilifi Hospital, Mariakani tuko kwa Kanko kwa daisi yao, alafu Kaloleni tuko St. Luke's Hospital, Mtwapa tuko Mtwapa Sub-County Hospital na pia kwa daisi ya Mkeni. So generally those are the facilities.
Sijui kama hizi majina za kupewa hizi drugs they are made hard intentionally, ama lazima wa combine majina ya wale watu wote ambao wali come up na hiyo drug yenyewe, lenacapavir. So I do not know, but it's actually a good thing that is meant to eliminate the scourge that ambayo ilimaliza watu wengi sana globally in the 80s and the 90s. Kama ni millennial uliglow ati glow, hey we kama ni millennial uligrow hiyo time, unajua venye ilikuwa mbaya. All right, on to the next story. Now, unfortunately, hii story imekuwa too familiar. And honestly, that's the problem. The search for missing Jost student, Alice Sabina Drianga, ended in tragedy this Monday after her body was discovered in a thicket in Awelo village, just 6 kilometers kutoka kwa Bondo police station. Now, despite being that close to a police station, questions sasa ni nyingi kuliko answers. Gori sana. Police wanasema investigations inaendelea and one suspect has already been arrested. Mr. Maximilian John Madene, a Tanzanian national, is currently assisting detectives in the investigations. Lakini kwa students, arrest moja bado haifeel enough. Former student leader Joel Odidi sasa ana demand everyone connected to the case afikishwe mbele ya sheria. Na kusema ukweli, wengi bado hawaoni justice ikiwa karibu. Human rights groups led by Kefeado's Esther Okech wanasema this is no longer an isolated case, ni trend. They are now calling on government kufanya more than press statements na condolences and actually invest serious resources in the fight against gender-based violence. As Alice's family painfully asked today at the mortuary, if we cannot protect the generation of tomorrow, then what exactly are we doing today? Students sasa wanataka tighter security around off-campus hostels and residential areas. Meanwhile, university administration bado haijatoa official statement by the time of this briefing.
We want all the criminals who are connected to this particular matter to be brought to book. And we believe that regardless of who you are, regardless of your gender, regardless of where you come from, you do not deserve to be killed in such unclear circumstances. Nobody deserves that as a comrade. And therefore, we are also calling upon the local community that is here surrounding the university that we want you to comply and help us get any relevant information that will help us get the truth.
We also are putting on notice on people who are doing such acts in our society. It is against human rights, and we want to call on everybody to note that a woman's right is human right, and we should not subject somebody and we should not kill anybody in any way because she or he is of the opposite gender. For that, we condemn this act in the strongest way possible.
Definitely, indeed, condemned in the strongest way possible. And unfortunately, tunadhani tumemaliza hii story, lakini, we talked about it yesterday, we've talked about it today, and here's another story which has a positive twist. The French city of Miramas has partnered with athletes in Elgeyo Marakwet to launch a new initiative dubbed Strides for Africa. The program comes at a time when cases of GBV ndani ya athletics community zinaendelea kuongezeka. Initiative hiyo inalenga educating and empowering female athletes kujilinda against abuse and exploitation. During the launch of a new resource center, athlete Joanne Jelimo said the mission cannot wait any longer. Jelimo, who witnessed the impact of the murders of Agnes Tirop and Damaris Muthe, described the center as a much-needed safe space for survivors. Supporting the initiative, Mirama Sports Ambassador Simon Rowlin reaffirmed France's commitment to helping eliminate GBV in Kenya's sporting sector.
In Olympics in Paris, I was with Rebecca Cheptegei, and she was burned alive by the husband. These are people I knew. These are people I trained with. These are my close friends. We could meet on a daily basis. But I could not read that there was any form of violence or there was anything going through them. We firmly believe that together we can build a society that respects and protects women and girls. A society that celebrates their success, safeguards their dreams, and assure them of a better tomorrow.
And in Meru, healthcare services bado ziko kwa hold leo after talks between clinical officers and the county government ended bila breakthrough. Negotiations zilichukua almost the entire day and night and failed to produce a deal, meaning the strike continues. Union officials wanasema stalemate hiyo revolves around 5 major issues, including delayed promotions, non-implementation of the collective bargaining agreement, and concerns over new regulations affecting the profession. The union leadership sasa inalaumu county management, accusing the officials of lacking the will to actually resolve the dispute. Now, according to the union, isi kuhusu kuongezea salaries, ni kuhusu proper administration and implementation of agreements ambazo already ziko kwa table. For now, patients across Meru continue feeling the effects of the ongoing strike. And on something very interesting and, quite frankly, also very important, the National Council of Churches of Kenya leadership imeamua za kimwili ni important. Za kimwili ni as important as za kiroho. Now, partnering with the Ministry of Health, the NCCK is launching a crusade against lifestyle diseases, warning congregants that Kenya wanaweka kwa masani might be more sinful than they realize. With non-communicable diseases on the rise, clergy members are sounding the alarm on food safety and those cheeky preservation chemicals. Gospel mpya, proper nutrition. They're urging believers wachane na junk na embrace behavioral change before their daily bread leads to a premature amen.
Magonjwa mengi, especially the non-communicable diseases, as a result of unhealthy eating. Unakuta vifo nyingi, unakuta watu wamegonjeka, they are unproductive, and thereby the government and the community will lose. We have to take care of our people for them to be productive.
As we have been cautioned that we need to do away with many of the processed foods that have been rid of fiber, that have been added to sugar and a lot of salt to preserve them. And that is exactly what we are giving our children, especially the young mothers. And then you find that as mothers, we carry sausages and juices and queen cakes and biscuits for children. However, we could do the other way around and carry for them nutritious foods, especially the slow foods, that is ndoma, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, that provitamin A, that will actually add into the immunity of the children.
Wacha mimi niifanye tu mimi mwenyewe kama hakuna mtu atawafanyia. Now this is leadership we can believe in. This is leadership we can follow. This is leadership that we actually need in this country. Unajua unakaa hivi unashindwa kwa nini watu wengine ambao wako na hizi responsibilities hawako at the forefront. Lazima wangoje raia. Well, in this case NCCK is a collection of leaders in the Christian religion. But tuseme ni raia kwa sababu hawana hizi government positions, hawana government appointments. Yani raia wakae hivi tu waseme enyewe ni kubaya. Ni kubaya na tunaumia sisi wote. Wacha tuchukue hii responsibility sisi wenyewe na tusaidiane na serikali. It is a good thing. But then that also means that the people who are going to eventually be appointed in those leadership positions, come whatever the next government administration will be, or whether if it is still the current one, please, tuchukue responsibility kama vile tunafaa kuchukua responsibility, because this job is serious and important. And also something else to note, hata sio kwa kile tu tunakula, ni kwa also vile tunapanda. Sasa hapa ndio tunaanzia kuingia na mambo na zile madawa ambazo zinakubaliwa kuingia kwa nchi ambazo zimekataliwa in other countries. Why? Because of these same diseases. These standards need to be upheld everywhere, especially in this country, because we believe that something that comes from the government na imepewa stamp ya KEBS iko na the standardization ambayo inafaa. Isipokuwa nayo tunaumia sisi wote. Unaweza kuwa ni wewe umepiga stamp kwa sababu umefanyiwa kitu pale chini, alafu kuteni wewe ama watoto wako ama mama yako amekula hiyo chakula ambayo imekuwa laced na hizo drugs ambazo hazitoki after zimetoka shambani. So all I can hope is that this kind of leadership is going to trickle down to all other areas. Ama namna gani, my friends? Hapo sawa. Otherwise, thank you for joining us on the Now Report this Thursday. Wiki ndiyo inaenda kukamilika. No wait, nimeshamaliza wiki. This Wednesday, wiki ndiyo lakini inaenda kukamilika. Tushafika half time. Wacha twende tujitayarishe. Sijui kama ishaanza tayari game ya Man City na Arsenali. Mimi nimesema tu Arsenali washinde tu hiki tu mara moja. Man City washindwe leo. Ikuwe clear that Arsenali wameshinda. Next game wachukue trophy, tukafunge. Kwa sababu tunajua hii moment haitarudi tena in the next 20 years. Thank you very much for joining us on the Now Report. Si hadi kesho, simkae poa.